And welcome to
Yeah,
Faith and Comics. Yep, Faith and Comics number 35.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm with Zod Writer and the Bishop,
Yes,
DM
sir.
Williams, and we're going to talk about various stuff. Various
Okay.
stuff. Yep. But first, but first, we'll have a scripture. I'm gonna read to you scripture, guys.
Cool.
Yep. This is from Jeremiah 25:15 to 16. I'm reading from the English Standard Version.
Ooh,
Thus,
okay.
thus the Lord, the God of Israel, said to me, take from my hand this cup of the wine of wrath, and make all the nations to whom I send you drink it. They shall drink and stagger and be crazed because of the sword that I am sending among them. Wow.
Mm. Yes, sir.
That's God of wrath.
Yeah, man. He gets angry now. He's a
Yep.
loving God, but he does get angry.
Yep. This happens when the people don't really have, don't really obey him and question him every time. It's like
Absolutely.
we have Sean Franklin in the chat. How
Hey,
how
Sean,
your
what's going on?
how's your
Hello,
Thanksgiving?
Sean.
How's your Thanksgiving, guys?
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. I cooked and it was so good.
I don't. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving here in the Philippines. We
Oh,
have an
really?
extended Christmas celebration. Yeah,
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
okay. Okay.
yeah, that's basically what we have. Yeah,
Hmm. At least you're getting your party on.
it's the Christmas party started in November.
I know that's right.
Imagine, imagine that, and it will end
Hmm.
by January next year.
Yeah, New Year's.
No, it's extended till my birthday, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right. When is your birthday?
January 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Your
Cool.
birthday is on the 8th, right?
Nope, 7th, this
Oh,
Sunday.
7th. Yeah. Bishop, do you like Janet Jackson? Says Sean.
Of course I love me some Janet Jackson. That's yes. I'm a Jackson. I can't help it. Yes, that's my
Yeah.
girl. I
You're,
love some
you're the
Janet.
missing you're the missing Jackson.
That's right. Hmm. Absolutely. I love Janet, man. Everything she do, I love it. And
Yeah,
she, and
well,
she and she's 59 years old and still going.
she's
Mm.
59. Wow.
Yeah, she'll be 60 in a couple of months.
I'll
Yeah.
be I'll be 58 on my birthday.
Hey, you still a
Yeah.
baby.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So, what will we discuss today? Faith and comics. So we have the faith aspect down.
Hmm.
Everything is based on our faith. The
Hmm.
restoration and the selling of the Snyderverse is based on our faith.
Yes, yes, and it's coming.
Yes, and it's coming.
Oh yeah,
So
oh yeah.
what what are the things that you're busy with these days, Bishop?
Um, Nothing. Just I've been writing a couple of songs for Jordan Music and for a couple of our artists, and
I listened to your song, one of your songs,
oh
the new
really,
one, the new one
yeah, with Hot
with
Molly
Hot
B,
Molly B. Yeah, with
yeah,
Hot Molly B.
yeah. Oh, that's sickening. Yeah, she took that and ran with it. Um,
The new songs from Zod with Clitoria, the new songs with Bishop
yeah,
with Hot Molly, my new songs with MC
yes,
Hector and
yeah.
what's his name?
Y'all
Wow, Big
need to go on.
Conrad.
Yes, Big Conrad. Y'all need to go on and get some of that good Jordan music. I'm telling you, Jordan music and and international music. Man, I'm telling you, y'all haven't heard anything like it. We're not we're not
Oh,
just we're not just saying three words and letting the computer run the show. No, we do this ourselves. Okay,
yeah.
we put
We
our
do this
soul.
ourselves. We put our
Yes,
soul in the lyrics. We put our
yes,
everything,
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
and
That's
of course, Bishop has this gospel influence, R&B tracks. Zod
mm-hmm,
has this pop, R&B,
mm-hmm,
ethno music, and I have
mm-hmm.
this rock and roll.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You pretty much summed it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
that, that's Jordan music for you,
Yeah, you
and
get all kinds of flavors.
it's nearing the 1 year mark for me in writing music for Jordan.
Cool.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's cool, man.
I
Yeah, we've been.
remember I remember doing the video for It's Coming for
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the first one I did for Jordan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really a shame the way people slept on It's Coming, because It's Coming is a
yeah.
really good song. It's really apropos to the
It's
to
really
the
epic.
to the whole movement
Yes.
to get
Mm-hmm.
Zack Snyder's Snyderverse back on
Mm-hmm.
track. It's really wonderful, and I don't understand why more people haven't checked it out. It's wonderful stuff.
I know,
Because
you know,
just because
just because.
just
Yeah.
because their taste is not our taste.
Yeah, everything isn't for everybody, so but although y'all sleeping on some fire music, but
I
that's
don't
okay.
know, man. I don't know, man. I got some other theories, but I don't really think that it has to do so much with taste. I think it just has more to do with just apathy. People today don't A lot of people today don't seem to care about things that they themselves are not directly responsible for or directly involved in. And that's just the reality of life, because you
Yeah.
because you go out and you do things, and if it doesn't, and really for a lot of people, if it doesn't impact them directly, they don't really care. So you can apply that to a lot of different things, and I've learned that over the years, and I've really come to accept that is unfortunately the way of
Everything.
society as a whole. You have people that are caring towards others and really care about things that everybody does and follow
Mm-hmm.
fans and stuff. But then you have people who are very self-centered and narcissistically ingrained in
Yes,
their
they
in their
are.
ingrained in their own stuff, and don't care about
Mm-hmm.
anybody else. And unfortunately, that's very, very rampant today. So in our situation, we just kind of go along, and like me and Bishop are always talking about this kind of thing, that when you are making something, you put it out there and you let the work speak for itself, and the people
Mm-hmm.
that are meant to be reached are the people that will be reached with it. And I've accepted that. I'm very, very happy with that, because the most that's the most sensible way of looking at things.
Yes.
But you got to realize it's just like what we said when I always say about how it was with Jesus in the Bible when he went home to Nazareth to try to preach the word and everything. Nobody paid him any attention, and that's his hometown. So it's kind of hard to get support from your own people. You know,
Yes, that's a
it's
sad
kind of
truth.
hard. It
Oh
really
yeah,
is.
well that's a whole that's a whole other bag of worms. I mean, you really when you think about it, that's a whole other aspect. Your own people, your friends, your alleged supporters. That type of
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's a whole other
Yes.
Because
question in and of itself.
it's a trip. I have 268 followers of the way on my channel, and each video probably gets about 10 views. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
It's the algorithm.
subscriptions do not necessarily equate to views, as we have learned. That
Yeah.
doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. People can subscribe to your channel and then never watch your content again.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
just
Yeah,
you know
that's the truth.
Yeah.
And by the way, we are broadcasting simultaneously on YouTube and Facebook.
Hey, what's up, Facebook? How y'all doing? I hope y'all
Yes,
enjoying the show so far.
yeah, we are. We are live.
that's
All
neat.
right.
Nice
Cool.
to
I can't do it on X because X requires me to have a premium
Oh,
premium account.
yeah.
Yeah, everything with X is, you got to pay money now. Yeah,
Yeah.
even things that you didn't have to pay for not before, now you suddenly have to pay for. So it's pretty crazy
Mm.
that the business model is to just, instead of adding more better newer features, the business model now is to just take away features
Charge
that you
everything.
already gave for free. Now you
Right.
just charge for those features, and then people that really want those features will pay to be able to utilize them when they weren't
Yeah.
paying for them before, which is one of the reasons why I don't really subscribe to the business practices that StreamYard has
Mhm.
Yeah.
has put into place. I think it's ridiculous.
StreamYard has ridiculous rules.
Mm.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It's
That's
really
really crazy.
weird. It's really
Well,
weird for
those are the
them.
days. Yeah, those are the days and times we live in, guys.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Our next topic. One Punch Dan the movie. Yep. It's
Hey.
coming.
It's
It's
Yeah.
definitely
coming
coming, and
closer than we
it's
realize.
closer. It's closer than we think.
Yes.
It is nearly done, and when it is done, there will be a big announcement made, and people will have the opportunity to set up a screening so that they can watch it themselves.
Of course.
Hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's so much fun. It's you guys, you just have no idea how much how good this movie is. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It really is.
We have action, we have drama, we have
Hmm.
comedy,
Hmm.
and what else? Superpowers.
Yeah, and we have faith and in God and
Yes.
you
And we
know
have and we have romance.
romance. Oh yeah,
Romance. Oh, yeah. We
yeah.
have
Rub it, good
romance.
time. Rub it.
And we got mythology. We have
Yes.
science fiction. It's
Science
all there.
fiction, mythology. We have biblical references.
Yes.
We have all sorts of things in this movie. There's something for everybody in One Punch Dan.
Yeah, this movie it'll draw you in. I've heard a number of people who've seen some of the screenings, and say they say it draws you in.
Yeah,
You
of
know,
course. Those rub it, man.
mm,
Rub
rub
it.
it, rub it, guitar, rub it.
The mythology and the truth in scriptural truth is really obvious for those
Yeah.
who are into biblical truths.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and One
Absolutely.
Punch Dan is going to be really cool. We will do watch alongs and other stuff.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Most definitely. Yes,
Well,
sir.
how about the new plot line for the sequel?
Ooh.
Well,
Ooh,
I haven't really I'm working on the plot line for the sequel. I'm excited for what it has potential to be, but I definitely need to get in contact with a few more people though before I follow through with that idea. But I do have like a rough outline of how I want the sequel to go. So I'm actually ready. I'll actually be ready to go as soon as this movie is done to start work on the sequel. Well, I've actually already started work on the sequel because, like I said, I started writing the outline for the sequel. So
yeah,
I at least have a framework of an idea of where I want to go. But what I learned, the big lesson that I learned with One Punch Dan is that not everything, you know, what One Punch Dan started out as
Mhm.
is not how it's going to end up.
yeah,
So I believe that I believe that the same thing will probably happen with the sequel. It will evolve as time goes on
Mhm.
something
Yes.
into something even bigger than what I imagine. But what I'm imagining is pretty lofty and pretty big for the
Oh
sequel.
yeah.
So hopefully, I'll be able to get, into it. I'm gonna my thought process is this, guys. I want to finish the movie, finish meaning One Punch Dan. I want to get it out, make it available, get it out there, and then I want to take a few months off to just
Yeah.
decompress, step away a little bit, and then I will go
Recharge.
and then I will go get back into things because there's a lot of things
all right,
going on. There's going to be the sequel. There's going to be the Just Josh and Bishop TV show. There's a lot of
Mhm.
things that are going to be coalescing around these future projects.
Mhm.
yeah,
As well as the movie that Bishop and I are going to work on. That's going to also take place in the One Punch Dan universe. So
Mhm. Mhm.
there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff brewing. So people that are behind One Punch Dan and actually care about One Punch Dan will be pleased to know that there will be more projects after this one.
Absolutely.
So all nine of us. I'm pretty confident that all nine of us will be down for the future of One Punch Dan. I'm excited.
yeah,
I'm excited
yeah,
too because we're building a new cinematic universe, and it's crazy. It's gonna be so good, the storylines and the plots and stuff. Because me and Zab, we was kicking around. He was telling me a few of his ideas and things, and I was putting my little 2 cents in and stuff. And it's the potential of these new projects is just gonna be off the chain, especially now that Merlin over there, Mr. Zodrider, with all that magic he doing with all this stuff. He's
yeah,
you know he's getting the hang of the how to use the stuff, and he's almost like an old hat with it now. He's mastering it, and to know it's going to be a lot. I think, well, not so much easier, but a little bit smoother,
hmm,
trying to go into the next movie and stuff because, of everything that he's learned on the first one. So I'm excited to see where it goes and how we're going to do it, and it's going to be crazy. Y'all not ready?
yeah.
Yeah.
The first movie took us almost 2 years, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus
Mhm.
the changes we did for the the generating the images we do. It's
Yeah,
plus the editing and
yeah. It took a little longer for him because because the technology changed. From when he first started, the
yeah,
technology changed and it leaps and bounds as he was going. And I told him during the process that it was going to happen. Because I believe that it was meant for him to make this movie. That that God wanted him to make this movie, and that He was going to provide the tools for him to do it, to make it the best that it could be. And as it was going along, and he was working and stuff, new programs was coming up, new techniques was coming up, and everything, and he was learning and stuff like that. And now look at it; it's just incredible, and it's still gonna, it's still advancing. So it's crazy. It's so exciting.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think that it, and I feel like that's going to be the issue with the second movie, because the second
Mhm,
movie, the technology is going to continue to get better over
mhm,
time. So you're going to have an even more, you're going to have an even smoother movie, and as
mhm,
far as like the cinematics, things are going to
mhm,
look a lot more, are going to look a lot cleaner, a lot even a lot more real, and there's going to be a
mhm,
lot more. So I kind of look at it like, yeah, it's an evolution, but you have to start somewhere. and
mhm,
and the first movie, came from came from a came from a very, very different place. I mean,
mhm,
when this movie started, there were a ton of issues. When this movie first started, with trying to get certain things done, uh, it's pretty crazy.
mhm.
yeah,
It was.
yeah.
It's
It was
night and
crazy.
day. Yeah, it's night and day. It's just night and day, and it was exciting to, like I said before, it was exciting to go through the process and see how quickly the technology was advancing. It was like, wow, because I would come in and he would show me a new, like he would find a new program or something that he would use, and he would show me a little sample or something. I'm like, what? And it would be like light years from what he was doing like just a few months before that. It's
Yeah,
incredible.
that was the problem. See, and that was the reason why the movie couldn't release in July of this year, because
Hmm.
I had to go back and redo a lot of things that I was doing, because the the difference in the quality of the way
Hmm.
things were coming out was night and day, and
Yeah.
stuff just wasn't gonna gel well together if I kept the stuff that I did before,
Hmm.
in addition to this, with the newer
Yeah,
stuff. It was too much of a clash
Hmm.
visually for me to be able to be happy. I'm still like, now I think the visual style of One Punch Man is more like
Hmm.
I hearken it to a comic book. I say that the visual style is very comic book like, both in
okay.
Hmm.
terms of both in terms of the way it looks, both in terms of the way that the narrative progresses throughout the movie. To me, it's like a comic book. It's like panel for panel. It's like it totally has that comic book vibe. So if you're a comic
Hmm.
book fan, I think you'll
Hmm.
really enjoy One Punch Man, because it does have a very comic book come to life kind of feel to it.
Yeah, that's what's so exciting about the movie, because like this is a whole brand new batch of superheroes that no one ever seen. And it's like it's a whole new universe to get into. Something to sink your teeth in. It's a deterrent. Not a deterrent, but it's like a little uh uh uh. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a detour from what we have already from DC and Marvel and things like that. It's a little a cleanser, a palate cleanser. You
It's
know,
like
the-
an indie comic book story.
right? It's something new for you to sink your teeth into. You know.
Right, and that's why I feel that the visuals themselves for this movie, not everything has to look has to look, uh,
Mm,
cinematically perfect because
right.
the movie itself is essentially like a comic book come to life, except for the fact that
Hmm.
it's not based on an actual comic book. It's an original
Right.
property, but it's done in the style of a comic book. And people
Right.
who and when you see the movie, you'll know what I mean when I say that it's done like a comic book, because there's parts of the movie where, and I mean that helps to account for some of the inconsistencies that you'll see,
Yeah.
in certain things that certain
Hmm.
characters will do, and certain things like that.
Hmm.
You can explain it away by by looking at it from the perspective of a comic book come to life, because that provides for that. Because when you look at a comic book, different panels look different. Not every panel,
Hmm.
everybody doesn't
Yeah.
look exactly the same in every single panel, and you have different
Right.
actors and different and this is exactly how this is. It's like a comic book come to life, but
Hmm.
in a very cinematic and direct way.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was
Absolutely.
reminded when you mentioned the comic panel. I was reminded of some artists who does that sort of thing during their careers in comic books,
Hmm.
and it's really cool. It's really
Yeah.
innovative.
Yeah.
Innovative.
It's an exciting way to express the genre. To get it back to where it's supposed to be. Like it's supposed to be like a moving comic book. That's what makes it to make it exciting and nostalgic.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to, and then that's why I've kind of, like I said, the vision for the movie has evolved since I started the project. Because in the beginning, I wanted it to just be a live action movie. I wanted it to look fully live action, fully cinematic, fully. I
Mm.
didn't want I wasn't really going for a comic book come to life kind of vibe with the movie. That wasn't what I was going for initially.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like so many things, it just evolved over time
Into that,
into
right?
that, and it became it became that, because
It's like a natural progression.
number one, there was no way to make it fully cinematic in the way that I really wanted it to be. There was just no way
Right.
to get it. There was no way to get it there
With the restrictions you had.
with the restrictions of the technology. And even still, there are several restrictions with the technology that prevent it
Hmm.
from being a certain way. But still, all of those things taken into account, making it
Yeah.
into more of a comic book come to life as a movie
Hmm.
really makes sense from a creative perspective, and from the direction that I'm taking this movie. I can't say that the sequel is going to have a similar look, because for all I know, the sequel could end
Hmm.
up looking, from a visual standpoint, the way I initially wanted One Punch Man to look.
Right.
It very well could be, but I
Hmm.
don't,
Hmm.
but I won't know that until I get to that point where I'm ready to start actually uh, working on it and creating the cinematics and the things that you're gonna see when you watch that. So for me, I'm just excited that it's almost completely done, and that we
Yes.
will have a full-fledged
Hmm.
movie from Joden Music, the executive
Yeah.
branch, executive produced by Bishop in Qatar. And
Yes.
this movie is, I will say that this movie is very unique, and I can't, I really can't think of anything else that I can compare it to. Like there's some, like somebody asked me,
Mm-mm.
well, what would you say that your movie is most like? Like, what would you say is something that somebody could watch before your movie comes out, to think that oh,
There is nothing.
I can see where he got it, but I truly don't think that there's anything like it because it
There
really
is.
is unique and stands on its own. I mean,
Yes.
there've been superhero movies before. There've been, faith-based movies before. There's been, movies like, but in the way that this has been done, I feel like it's
Right.
truly unique, and the characters themselves are all original, and the concepts that you're going to see are very very interesting. And yeah, you might get you know shades of certain things where you'll be able to tell where the inspiration for certain characters may or may not have come from, but going to but you're going to get a fully original experience. That's for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Original characters. I mean, like
Hmm.
we have the Bishop, we have
Hmm.
Doctor Zod, we have
Hmm. Dr.
Doctor
Qatar.
Katana, we have
Hmm.
Isagay, and some
Hmm.
other characters. You
Well, we
Yes.
have
distinguish.
We have Isagay, where Isagay, it's essentially Isagay's movie. I mean,
Yeah.
in a very direct way. I feel like it is Isagay's movie. It is her it is her story
Isagay centric.
mostly. It's Isagay centric. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isagay centric. Isagay centric
I
movie.
mean, which is often the case because when you
Hmm.
go back to like if you go want to compare it to another comic book superhero movie, I would say you could make a comparison, and I'm not talking about in terms of style or even story, but you can make a comparison between One Punch Man and Tim Burton's Batman 89, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because
Okay.
Batman 89, the title character of Batman in the movie, has the least amount of screen time of any other character in that film.
Yes.
And the character who has the most screen time in the movie is the villain,
The Joker.
Jack Nicholson's Joker. He has the
Hmm.
most screen time of the movie. He's in the movie more than Batman is. His character is all over the movie,
Where did they get a load of me?
and so I would make that comparison as I feel like that comparison is valid because Batman 89 was giving birth to a whole new genre of
Dark
film. Because
superheroes.
after
Where
Bat,
did?
because once Batman 89 came out, the floodgates started opening and allowing for
Hmm.
all sorts of other
Hmm.
superhero movies like like X-Men and Blade and Spawn and
Hmm.
Yeah.
all these movies to start coming out. And I feel like One Punch Man is going to usher in a similar new era of movies, of high quality movies
Hmm.
made through the use of and with the help of AI technology. So
Hmm.
I can compare. So if I'm going to make a comparison, I would compare it to Batman 89 for its for
Hmm.
for its uniqueness, for its title
Hmm.
character having the least amount of screen time, and for the way that it ushers in a new era of superhero movies.
Yeah.
Where does he get those wonderful
The
toys?
toys. I mean,
Hmm.
the story of One Punch Dan is so unique. It's it feels like a brand new universe was opened when we made it.
It is.
It
It is.
is.
It is a brand new
It is.
universe. What I love about the One Punch Dan cast of characters is that these characters feel real. These
Hmm.
characters are flawed. They are human beings that are experiencing all sorts of different things. And I mean, you get the full gamut of what of what people are going through. You get you understand, and you can and you can relate to these characters. People can relate to these characters, and that was
Mm-hmm.
something I was going for. I wanted these characters to be relatable. I wanted the late great Mikey Sutton's character in this movie to be very relatable, for people to be fully
Right.
fully behind the way the stuff that Mikey was going through in the movie and trying to do in the movie. The idea of,
Mm-hmm.
even to some extent, Isage, from a larger perspective, the things that she's going through.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things that you can. There's so many allegories in this movie to real world emotions, real world struggles, and things that people are dealing with in their daily lives, that I think makes this movie stand out. I don't feel like there's anybody in this movie who's a particularly fake or vastly underdeveloped character. I think we're at a point where every character gets a moment or two to show who they are, to show what they are in the context of the One Punch Man universe. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what I was, and that's one thing. Yeah. I agree with that. And that's one thing I like about it, that each character gets a chance to shine. You know,
Yeah.
you
Everyone.
get to know each character a little bit, and that makes them more relatable.
right, it moves quickly, but you do get a
Mm-hmm.
chance to get a glimpse of what each character is about,
Mm-hmm.
so that we can build towards other stories that we're going to tell later on. And I feel,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like One Punch Man as a movie works as a standalone story. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I don't think you necessarily have to tell more, but I'm being upfront and honest about the fact that there is going to be more. There's going to be plenty more. There's
Oh
more
my goodness.
story. But I feel
Yes.
like, as a standalone movie, that even if there wasn't anything else, you could
Yeah.
take the movie at face value as it is, enjoy it for what it is, and come away having had a fulfilling, complete experience. But
Mm, yeah.
knowing that there is going to be more, and that there is going to be plenty of other story to tell in the future, this is just the beginning. This is the start. This is the launch
Yeah.
pad. This is starting
Yes.
a cinematic universe from scratch.
We we
Absolutely.
are we are expecting stories like the Anointed, like
Mm-hmm.
Bishop and Just Josh. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
those characters will
And
be
and
in
um
this universe.
and Valerie Steele and oh boy, the
Yeah.
detectives and things like
Yes.
that. It's a lot of different things that's gonna be, manifested. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that are going to come from One Punch Man. A lot of different storylines,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of different spin-off style stories
Yes.
that are going to continue to build the tapestry of the universe. I think particularly the Just Josh and Bishop TV series is going to be great, especially when people are, you know become aware of, and I start making it known what the stuff that you're gonna some of the stuff you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
see in the sequel. So you're gonna get a lot of different. You're gonna get a lot going into that. You're going to get a very, very, very deeply layered story,
Listen,
and I'm excited.
I
Yeah,
know
me
you
too.
can't. I know you can't tell the people the plot of it now, but he was kicking around the idea to me a little bit earlier, and it's sick. It's gonna be so good. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good. The plot that he's thinking about doing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Woo! Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready.
No one's ready.
Yeah,
Y'all back?
and I literally have more, I literally have more ideas for the spiritual and biblical elements and things that will be in the sequel as well. There's going to be plenty more
Oh,
of that. It's so it's just an idea that, and it's like the heroes, the villains, the detectives,
mm-hmm.
all the characters are pretty much a lot of the characters from One Punch Man are going to make returns in the sequel. There's going to be a lot of
Yeah.
characters that you're going to see returning. There might be a few that don't for different reasons, but for the most part, you are going to see a lot of the characters return, as well as new characters that have not been introduced yet. So it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had a you know I had, thanks to Dr. Qatar, I had a last minute character addition to the story that I
Yeah.
was not
Mm-hmm. Yes.
that I had not thought of ahead of time. And Qatar had some ideas, and I was like, you know what, we'll implement that. We're going to implement this character, and so now there's yet another character, and already full list of colorful
Mm-hmm.
characters in One Punch Man. There is yet another character that was introduced that's going to be in the movie, and it's
They
sort of
fit right into. They fit right in.
yeah, he fits right into the story. He has a small part in this movie, but then
Yeah.
he's going to have a much bigger role in the sequel. And there's so much there's so much going on, and there's another cast member of One Punch Man, Sin Havoc, who has a
I sin.
wonderful
You're late.
story in the movie.
Yeah,
He's
Sin,
late.
you're late.
He's late. He's late now, but his character has a wonderful little story arc in the movie that I'm really excited for, and I think he's going to enjoy his
Oh,
character
Sin's
story.
gonna love it. Sin's gonna love it. I wish you would. Sin, I wish you would come into lab with us one time and just watch it.
Okay,
Watch what
son.
you would love
Yeah,
Wow.
it.
he's definitely going to see it. It's going to be a
We
good.
understand you, sin. We know you're busy.
And we know you're
Oh
busy,
yes. Oh, you're real busy,
and
but you're loving the videos.
your character
with
is.
with the cell going on.
Yeah, we all, let's be honest. Let's be fair, guys. We're all loving the videos. We all
Of
are.
course.
Yes.
There is no question. I would say loving the videos is universal across our fandom. So
Absolutely.
we'll just put it that way. I really,
Speaking of videos, we do the soundtrack for One Punch Man, and I hope you
Oh,
guys enjoy.
y'all not ready for that either.
yeah.
Business
The
talks.
soundtrack is so nice because you have with One Punch Man you have stuff, you have a score, and you also have all of the great, you have
Songs.
several great songs that the three of us
Yes.
have worked on, and you're going to hear various songs in the movie. It has a legitimate soundtrack. To me, it feels like it's how movies used to be back when movie soundtracks were a big
Mm-hmm.
part
Important.
of movies. They were actually important.
Yes.
When you had a movie back in the 80s, you had a movie like, you had some of the movies like some of the Rocky movies and some of the Rocky sequels. The music was really important.
Purple Rain.
Musicals like Grease and Purple Rain and
Mm-hmm.
Footloose and
Mm-hmm.
even some horror movies. You have great
Mm-hmm.
soundtracks that essentially make up that are essentially a character in and of themselves in the movie.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's not even so to me, I feel so good about that, and that's one of the main reasons why uh you know Joden Music is the official One Punch Man, is the official title billing. Basically, Joden Music presents.
Mm-hmm.
Joden Music is
Yeah.
presenting One
Yes.
Punch to the masses because there's so much Joden music in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In fact, there's only Joden music in the movie. There's no outside music, so there's no chance of copyright or
Yes.
any of that shit. We have
Period.
literally done all of the music from the ground up. It's either original score material or it's original songs that the three of us have worked on. Either way, the music you're getting in the movie is appropriate for the movie. And in a lot of cases, the music was written for the movie, and then in a lot of cases, it wasn't, but it just happened to fit in with what we were
Mm-hmm.
doing in the movie. So there's all of that, and like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
that's why Qatar and Bishop are executive producers on One Punch Dan because they have been indispensable with in terms of the production of this movie. Because it's like outside of you guys, I really haven't had too many people to bounce off ideas with, or to not on the level that I do with you guys, because we literally will watch different, we've been watching various cuts of the movie together since the beginning.
Yeah.
So we are now approaching a time when this movie will be completely done and will be available. And like I said, my target is January or February. We're going to see where things go, and hopefully, everybody that's meant to see it and cares to
We'll
see it
see it.
will have the opportunity to see it. That's all I have.
Absolutely.
No
Absolutely.
antitrust issue with us with the One Punch Dan movie.
That's right.
No
That's right.
antitrust,
No
which I do not
antitrust.
understand. Which I do not understand at all.
I love the idea that the movie is a vision. The movie has not been disturbed. Any changes that have been made to the movie have been changes that have been made, I think, for the betterment of the movie. And there's
Yep.
been nothing. I couldn't be happier, from a creative perspective of
Mm-hmm.
how smooth the movie has been, because the creative aspect of the movie has had a lot of problems, but the creative aspect of the movie has never been a part of the problem. The creative aspect has probably been the one consistent thing throughout the movie. Because I can talk on and on about all the other problems that I've had with this movie, with making this movie. There's a ton of problems and issues and things that have made me made me want to delete the movie and completely forget about ever doing anything like this again. There have been
Mm-hmm.
moments like that, but it has never been because of the creativity aspect of the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
And I guess you guys are one the most creative bunch of people I know.
Well,
Right.
you're in
You guys too.
you are as well. You're in this
Yes.
group. You're
Yes.
in this group.
Exactly.
You're in this group for a reason. You're part of the executive branch for a reason. I don't see. This is the thing. When I said when I was like, yeah, the executive branch, I was
Mm-hmm.
going specifically for people that I knew were going to want to be a part of this cinematic universe, not just from a oh yeah, I want to see what you're working on kind of way, but actively involved as producers,
Right.
as people that are going to be like, okay, yeah, I think you should do this. Like with you, Qatar, if you were not part of the executive branch, I don't necessarily know that your additional character would have made it into the movie, but your character
Yeah. Thanks
but
for
your
that,
character
man.
has, because you are a part of this group. You're a part of the creative branch of this group, and
Mm-hmm.
essentially, you know, it
I'm
made
looking
sense to
forward
it made
for
sense to put
Bishop's
that character
The
in there.
Anointed.
It was a
Yeah,
natural progression. A natural
yeah.
progression. You know.
Yeah.
And
Nobody,
and
I don't. Yeah, I can't.
and you know me, I'm a big kid, so you know,
You are a big kid, man.
I am. I'm
You
a big
weigh
kid. So
350 pounds.
Right. I don't need a. I
380
didn't need
actually.
my thing was the funny part for me was I didn't need a full team. I'm one guy doing all this.
Right.
I didn't need a full team. I just needed a
Right.
couple. I just needed a couple of guys who were as excited about it as I was, who are as creative as I am, and who are willing to come and work on this project. You know, with an open mind, because there's been a lot of snark and negativity thrown at this project.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah, because of AI and
and the
all.
real
Because
and the
of
reality is that is I think that this movie could potentially silence some critics, just because
It
of how
will.
well it all flows together. It's a very quick moving movie, but it flows together really well, and I think
But
that that's going to be the important part of it. The
they're
narrative
gonna
is
see it.
not hard to follow.
Yeah, they're gonna see it because they're gonna feel it because once they see it, they're gonna realize that it's not anything of what they expected. You
yeah.
know, it's not that scary. And when they see how cool it is, and to see likenesses of Mama Bear and me and you and Qatar and the other people and Dan, then they see us, in this universe. That's gonna show them how cool and how unimposing it is.
And not only and not only that, not only is it a non-imposing,
Imposing.
non-threatening project, but it also shows what happens when you put human creativity behind AI and use AI like the tool that it's meant to be used as.
Yep.
Right,
Yes.
right.
You're turning into a transformer again, Bishop.
Kind of rejecting being a part of it. To see everybody, come together, a lot of the people from the community that we have, our comic book community and our online community, and plus with the movement, you see that it brings us closer. In my opinion, it brings us closer because you know we're in this universe together.
Well, there,
You know,
there's
I,
no,
I
there's no, there's no
it's,
denying that. There's no denying that at all. Like I
you know,
can't, because I can't think of anybody that I've spoken with or interacted with throughout the course of making this movie as much as I have the two of you. And that is saying a lot, because there have been, there's been interactions with other people, and showing screenings and things like that. That's nice, but when it comes to the actual raw production of this project,
yeah.
there has not been anybody other than you two that have been so deeply ingrained in it, just like I am, and have been so influential as far as certain creative ideas and different things that I myself would not have thought about in a vacuum. I would have needed some
Mm,
outside some outside suggestions or ideas in order to make certain other things come to life. And the reality is that's exactly what it is. So I don't really believe that a project like this is best taken on by somebody solitarily like I did initially. I don't think it's something that, like, if I
mhm.
were to do it all over again, it's not something I would want to do all by myself.
Right.
I think you need to have a team behind you. It doesn't have to be a big team, doesn't have to be a lot of people, but you do have to have other people for ideas, for support,
Mhm.
for production purposes. You do have to have that. You cannot do something like this all by yourself, because at the end of the day, it will drive you crazy. I mean, you can have a singular vision for a project, but you
Mm,
do need the assistance of other people, and you do need the ability to be able to connect with other people, because there's been times where it'll be the middle of the night and I can call Bishop up at any point and be like,
mhm.
I
Yes, those.
got this idea. I want to do this, and I want to, what do you think of this? And that's
Yeah.
very then that's very important to be able to have that ability to do that, because if you don't have nobody to talk to,
Mhm.
you're stuck in your own bubble trying to do your own thing, and you're not really able to
But
bring that part of it into to fruition. It's very
yeah,
difficult.
but we had to get to that point because at first, in the beginning, when in the beginning stages and things like that, you would show me a few things like some, you know, maybe a scene here or two and stuff like that. But then you were like, I didn't want to show you a lot because I don't want to spoil it for you. But then I was like, I don't care about being spoiled. I want to see it being in the process. I want to see. I want to see. And then I talked
Oh,
to Guitar
that was big.
Player.
That was a big thing about it with you, with the two of you. Like the two of you,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Guitar didn't
for the
give a
two
damn
of you,
either.
I don't
to say
really
that,
mind being
I
spoiled.
Yeah, because
I
I
love
talked
that
to
about
Guitar
you.
about it. Guitar was like, I don't give a damn about it either. You're like,
Yeah,
I love that about you guys, wanting caring to see how the how the meat is made, rather
yeah.
than just watching the movie when it's all said and done. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I respect people who feel that way, but
Mm,
ultimately the creative process is not an easy thing. And
of course.
like I said,
mm-hmm.
I feel like you know I've spent well, I can't even say I feel like, because this is the reality. I've spent the better part of these last 2 years fully focused on this
Yes.
particular project. And this is why it's like, it's like Zod doesn't do a whole lot of live streams. He doesn't participate
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of other people's streams. He's out of the loop for a lot of things going on in terms of, like, say, the cell movement and other things like that. But the reality is, this is the price that you pay for trying to create a project of this magnitude. I don't,
Exactly.
it's not something that I could have done. It's essentially the same as if I would have went off and literally filmed it. It would have been the same thing.
Yeah.
It would have been the same thing. It would have taken me out for probably the same amount of time. It would have been a very similar thing, and I still would have had to have done all the editing on my computer and all that crazy stuff. And I mean,
Yeah.
I went through so many things to the point where I lost the computer I was initially working on
Yeah.
because it went
Oh,
bad, and it was a
that was
very,
a
very
time.
powerful computer. I mean, it had me in pure crisis mode for several
Yeah.
months. There was a lot going on. I didn't even know if I
Ooh,
was going to be able to continue the
finish it.
project,
Yeah.
because I didn't know if I would be able to get a computer that would be good enough to allow me to do what I was doing now, because you do need a powerful computer to be able to do these kinds of things. So
The
There is a
horizon is
God.
the
But there is
computer.
a God.
Texan,
The horizon is the computer. Ah,
that is
yeah.
that is correct.
But there is a God.
of course.
Yes. And that's why I was glad that I was going through the process with him, because he was really getting frustrated with that part. And with it, I remember that time, and he was really worried about he wasn't going to be able to finish the movie. And I was like, don't. I said, don't even worry. I said, God's going to provide something for you. He's going to make a way for you. You were meant to make this movie. He didn't make you. He didn't bring you this far, and show you all this new technology for nothing.
No,
And
no, and
Thanks,
yeah,
Sin.
that's very true. That's very true. Yeah. Well, thank you to you, Sin Havoc. You've been a big supporter of this project since the beginning as well, and it's another thing. And I know you're one of those people too that wants to see the full project. And I
yeah,
totally respect that. I think it I like I said, I can respect that, but at the same time, I will for, at the same time I will forever be at the same time I will forever be grateful to Bishop and Qatar for being there with me throughout this entire process. And and honestly, Bishop, if you didn't say the words that you'd said to me that day, I don't know necessarily that this little
Right.
group of ours would have coalesced the way that it did.
Yeah.
I think well that was the catalyst for me when you had said, "Well, I don't really care. I want to see all the stuff."
But
Like
yeah,
it
I don't care.
Of
I don't care about
course.
the world because
We
it's
need to
not
finish what you started.
right. And my bad. And my bad to sin havoc. I will not speak your lovely name in vain again. um, but
As in blood vein, right?
right. But no, I didn't care about it. I just wanted to see the process. I wanted to go through the process with you because it's not the final it's not the final product. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still not going to see the final product until you do it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'll still be seeing the whole final product for the first time. So I just want to see the process and how you go in there and and kind of help you along if you need some suggestions or whatever. And I just wanted to be there for the process, man. It was fun. It's to see you work like that. That's why I call you Merlin or Harry Potter because you you just
Greatness
make the
cannot be
magic.
duplicated. Yep.
I know. That's why I'm the bishop. But it's
Yep. We
we
are
know.
all having fun.
We know.
Um,
We love you, Sin,
so
man. We love you, man. Stop
Well,
it.
yeah,
and that's the most important thing here, that we're all having fun and we're all
Yeah.
enjoying this project. And again, the ups and downs are really something when you're doing a project like this, because when you're up with a project like this, you're really up. But
Yeah.
the downs are incredibly difficult because
Yeah.
because
yeah,
there's so much at stake when you get to this point where like you're like, oh
Hmm.
my god, I'm like on the cusp of finishing this stuff. And I'll give you an example, like a very recent example. A few days ago, I had gone in and I was trying to work on some of the stuff. I'm in the process of like editing together, like editing together the ending of the movie. And
Hmm.
there's some stuff that I was trying to do, but then the program I was using, was down for several days, and
Oh yeah.
it wasn't up, and I couldn't go in there and do anything, and I was really getting frustrated because then I read that they were making some changes and they were doing some different things, and I was like, oh no, here we go again. I mean, I'm like I am this close to finishing this movie, and if I run into a snag like that where it's going to make everything mismatch and everything, and nothing is
No,
gonna. I was
it's gonna
really,
work in your
I
favor.
was
Watch.
really, I was really like panicking because I was like, dude, no matter what, this movie is coming out January, February. I am not delaying this movie again. I don't care.
Mm-mm.
I'm at the point now where I don't care what the ending looks like as long as the movie is done. I mean, I'm at that
Stop.
point because I legitimately was like, yo, this has to be completed. This has to be seen through. I have post traumatic stress syndrome over pause not stopped. I'm not going to let anything
that
happen to
happened
One
again.
Punch Dan. One Punch
Yeah.
Dan is coming out no matter what. I'm just like that. That's why I was like, listen, dude, I will go back to using go back to using free Chinese AI video generations if I need to finish this movie. But this movie will get finished. I'm like, there is no way I am going to let anything get in the way of this.
All
Listen,
So
right.
Zion. Let me prophesy over you a little bit. That the changes that you're going through with this program, watch. It's going to be for your benefit. This is going to be able to give you that final polish that you need to do what you need to do. Watch what I'm saying.
All
Watch what I'm
right.
saying.
oh, I know, but what I've come to realize is that it's not so much about polish, and it's not so much about, because I've already made up my mind that I'm not going back and
Yep.
messing
Right.
with anything that I've already done. What's done
Right.
is done. So I'm at the point now where I feel like I just have to make
You're going to
sure
end it with a bang.
how it ends
You're going to finish it with a bang.
matches up with how it began. And I think it starts off really, really good. So I want to make sure it ends really, really good. And
Oh,
that's how we're going to leave it. And then if there's anything else that needs to be done, it will be addressed in the sequel. That's the way
That's
I look at
All
that's
right.
right. Oh, and don't forget to tell the people that you are making a behind the scenes of documentary too of One Punch
it.
Man,
Yeah.
aren't you?
I am, but I am, but I'm not, and
Oh,
I'll explain that a little bit. The behind the scenes, the idea that I had for the behind the scenes documentary or mockumentary is a
right.
whole separate film project in and of itself.
Oh, okay.
And what I've decided I'm going to do is it's a little side project. It's not going to be done in time for the movie to be released. So the
Oh, okay.
movie the movie will come out first, and then maybe a few months later, a few months down the line, maybe in time for physical copy releases of One Punch Man, that will
Yeah.
be done. But
Right.
to be honest with you, I'm not really focusing on that right now because I'm trying to get the
Right.
main movie completed, and that's really my driving force. But my idea is
Uh,
to have that documentary out as a companion piece to One Punch Man, but I just don't know when that will be because there's a lot of logistical elements involved in that too, because it's a completely different thing. Because there's a lot of things in that won't that I can't just where I won't be able to just use
The
like
right.
mockumentary.
yeah, it's a mockumentary. I won't be able to necessarily use like direct footage from the movie. I mean, you've literally got a scene from there where Isage is laying on my couch reading a copy of Pause Not Stopped, and
Yeah, I got that picture.
there is
Yeah, we
there
got the
is
picture.
there is lots of things, there's lots of things in there that will never, we're never meant to appear in One Punch Man, and it was meant to be
Right.
funny. And then there's the whole, Eminem fetish that One Punch Man has, and there's all kinds of different, there's all kinds of different things that
I need
in
my
that
two scoop.
there's whole lot of different things in that I is that mockumentary could end up being just as that could end up being just as popular, if not more popular
It is. It's
than
going
the
to be.
actual One Punch Man, because
It is.
it's
Hi,
so
Dart.
hey, Darth Plato,
Hey, Don.
another uh Darth Plato does have a small role in the
Yeah,
movie.
he has a cameo in there.
Yes, he
He has
does.
a cameo. He's in.
Yes, he
A cameo.
does.
I but as far as the mockumentary goes, I think I think it's funny. There's a lot of stuff that's in it that's just over the top and completely ridiculous, and
It is.
I don't I can't even. It's hard for me to watch, because it's like I took I took all the characters in One Punch Man, where where we took the material seriously. We told a serious
Mhm.
story, but in the mockumentary, it just flips it upside down and just makes it all just like a goofy troubled production with all kinds of crazy hijinks and ridiculous stuff
Dan is
happening.
tripping.
You got you got
Dan.
you got just Josh streaking naked across the
Yeah,
studio floor. You got all kinds of crazy stuff going on. I mean,
it's funny.
it's funny, and it's gonna be interesting, but it's definitely not going to be the same, and it's definitely not going to have the same tone or vibe
Oh
as the
no,
actual One
no,
Punch Man movie.
no. Dan be tripping. And
Dan and Bat Dan is like the biggest villain of the mockumentary, because he's so self-centered and so just
yes,
egotistical, and he's so just, oh my god, like he's like the most
him and the damn green M&M.
he's terrible. I mean, he's just like disrespectful to everybody, and he comes off like he's like the example of like a Hollywood lead that everybody wants in a movie, but nobody really looks forward to working with him because he's so damn like insufferable. Yes, that's the word.
He's a pompous ass. That's how he is. In in the
I mean,
documentary.
he's like lame punch Dan in the mockumentary. I mean, the mockumentary, he is so lame and just completely just ridiculous. It's crazy.
The Decimal Man. Insufferable Dan.
Yeah, he's off the hook.
Yeah. Well, our next topic before our last one is did you guys watch Predator Badlands?
Well, this is going to be a quick
No,
topic. No, I have not.
No,
nope.
this is a quick topic. Actually, I just watched this last night. And
Yeah,
so far, I don't know why they say it's better than the first Predator.
yeah, I heard that mess too. I'm not really a Predator fan, so I mean, the first one was
Well,
cool. The second one was
the
alright, and
first
I
one
was
was
done.
cool. I
I was done
watched
after
the
that.
first Predator when I was in college. I watched it during a break in class.
Mm,
Well,
wow.
you know, yep.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I seen it on a Saturday afternoon or something. I don't know.
that's blasphemous. I didn't see. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Some of the
and our
franchises just got on my nerves.
I mean, it'll
yep,
be on Disney Plus soon enough. So, I mean,
of
Yeah.
course. Yep, it is.
Mm,
Anyway, our last topic for today, of course.
mm-hmm.
Wait, Predator Badlands is all right. Yeah, thanks, Sin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyway, first Predator was great because it had the mystique of being an
Right,
unknown antagonist. Yep, it is.
right, exactly.
Now
yep.
it's all about the Yuacha.
I loved it because it was so creepy. It was so creepy.
Anyway, the last topic we have today is will Netflix get WB?
Yes. Damn it, yes. I
Yep.
believe so.
Well, why
I
is
believe so.
No comment. Whatever.
so
Mm,
why do you think Trump
God.
wants Paramount to win?
Mm,
Yeah, it's all about the
but
antitrust
Because
law.
because
it's
his friend.
homeboy.
His friend is,
Mm,
yeah, that's all it's about. And
No comment at the
we
moment.
already know you know what it means when when the president considers you a friend and he's loyal and his friend is loyal to him and all that. That's all it's about. It's about, and there's probably something in it for him too, because
Yeah, probably.
been doing a lot of financial things too. So there's probably something in it for the president. I just I've gotten to the point where I don't even really like to talk about this topic anymore because to me it's obvious it's either going to be Netflix or it's
Oh
going to
no.
be another company, but either way it doesn't matter because it's good for Zack Snyder because and that's why Zack is posting like a madman right now because
Sinhao is going to refrain from anything at the moment.
really? That's curious.
Yeah,
That's
I
very
wonder.
curious.
yeah,
I
I mean,
wonder.
I just feel like it's obvious at this time, and I don't really want to like. I'm at the point where I'm so tired of people being so down on the fact. Oh, God forbid, Saudi Arabia come in and invest some money into this. Well, they're going to be a part of it anyway, no matter who picks it up, because they've made it clear that they're going to back they've said it so many times. I don't know why people can't accept that. People are
Mm,
so
It's all
like
bullshit, Sin.
it's. I agree, Sin. I agree with Sin
yeah,
Havoc
I
100%.
believe it. Yeah.
So to me,
Yep.
so I feel like until it's announced, whoever ends up with it, we all want it to be Netflix. We've all said that numerous times, but when we try to point out that there are other when we try to point out that there are
Yep.
other options, there's other things that could happen. It's like we get talked
The
down to, like
Saudis
we
are
don't know,
involved
like we
in
don't know what we're
everything,
talking about.
like
So
oil.
Right.
I'm good. I'm good with it.
Mhm.
I'll wait. I'll wait till there's an announcement, and I'll give my commentary after that. That's how I feel about it. Like, you know what? Whatever.
Well,
Whatever.
I'm gonna say what the hell I want to say. Yes, I believe that Netflix is going to have it, and like my brother said, whoever gets it, yes, the Saudis is going to put some money behind it because they love Zach, and wherever Zach is going to be beneficial, what is going to benefit Zach, that's where they're going at.
Let me
Period.
remind you. Let me remind you guys that when AT&T and WB merged, the whole antitrust issue was already raised by then.
Hmm.
Yep. So
Hmm. And everybody
yeah,
keep hollering about
it's
Paramount.
Netflix.
Everybody keep hollering about Paramount, but y'all forget Paramount is in a little legal woe right now. Okay, they got some
Okay.
business they got to take care of before they can even do anything. You see,
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it is what it is. I mean, we'll see, but like I said,
hmm
at no point has anybody, particularly in our group, said anything disparaging with regards to Netflix. We all want Netflix to get it. Nobody is saying that we don't want Netflix to get it, but to sit there and
hmm
downplay the fact that it's possible that somebody else could pick it up just because you're so invested in a damn hashtag doesn't
hmm
doesn't make any sense to me. And that's all I'm saying about it. I don't really care whether it's Netflix, Paramount, Saudi Arabia, it could be Jordan Music for all I care, as long as Warner Brothers is sold and is out of the hands of the vultures who have it now,
Yes,
and
Lord.
Zack Snyder returns. That's all that
hmm
matters in the end, for real.
Well,
Honestly,
I think it's kind of inevitable, in the words of integrity,
I agree.
that he's coming back regardless. I
That's
believe
what
that.
I said. That's why I don't understand. I don't understand all this unnecessary pushback, because I feel like we're in the best position, as fans of Zack Snyder, for this to become a reality than we ever were, because it looks
Hell,
like, for all intents and purposes, anybody who gets it is going to be going for Zach. Like, Zach is all in. Why do you think Zach is
hell.
posting like a
That's what I
crazy
was about to
person
say.
right now?
That's what I'm about to say. Hell, Zach is basically telling you he's coming back.
Yep. Yep.
Skydance, Paramount, and Comcast Universal are currently being sued. Yes, exactly, Sin. It's kind of hard to do a merger or acquisition when you're in court. Okay.
I don't know, man. It's just like, hey, I
Okay.
but like I said, when we so we're going under the hope
Someone is
and the
gonna get
auspice
poorer.
that it's going to be Netflix, and we all hope that it
Yeah.
is Netflix, and it looks like it's going to be Netflix, but we don't
Of
know that
course.
for
We don't
100%
know.
fact, but it does look that way, so that's a good thing, and nobody's disputing that. So I don't understand, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
You're
The
right,
Saudis
guys.
are making themselves indispensable
hmm
from Darth Vader.
Hey, Sin Havoc. Didn't I hear you? Didn't I remember you saying something in one of the
Joden.
chats You said something in one of the chats about $94 billion. Didn't I remember you say that?
I can't afford 94 billion.
You said something about $94 billion and Netflix cash. Didn't you say something like that? Hmm.
People are gonna learn business.
They're going to learn.
Oops.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
I don't
Remember that
I
Mikey
want.
Zodwriter, and
It's
I
not like
literally said
what we
within
want.
a few years.
Yep.
What people have to
Yes,
learn is just because you want something doesn't mean that what you
it's
want
gonna
is
happen.
going to happen. So you have to be prepared for the
Remember the
possibility
Rolling
that
Stones song.
it
You
might
can't
not
always
happen.
get what you want. You
Hmm.
can't always get what you want.
I,
That's right.
I always like to believe in an old adage that goes, "Don't count your chickens before they're hatched," because we have been burned before.
Yep,
Okay, we have been burned before where
Mm.
we think the good guys are coming in and they're going
you're
to
gonna
take over,
win.
and we get screwed over every time. So
Hmm.
in this particular instance, it looks like we have the upper hand. It's like the president says. I think in this case, the Snyder fans actually have the cards. So
Hmm.
we can
Yep, and Netflix is the only bidder
we can
that's
rest easy on
offering
this
to
one.
pay the debt.
WB's debt.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
all I see is Zaslop is going to get a bit richer.
Oh, he is for sure.
Oh well,
Regardless,
he
he,
gonna
he
get his.
yeah, he's going to get his no matter what happens.
Yep, he's
Hmm.
gonna get his.
Poor Jay's gone.
Yeah, I love these people making excuses saying that James Gunn is going to they're going to keep James Gunn. No, they're not.
No,
That's
he
never going to
No,
happen. You have a
no.
better chance. You have a better chance of you have a better chance of Christopher Nolan coming back and running DC than you do of James Gunn being the head of
Oh,
whoever ends up buying. I'm telling you that right now.
damn, $500 million
my
as
lord!
retirement package.
Let me retire like that.
Uh,
Mm.
yep.
I'll show y'all what to
It's,
do with $500 million.
well,
Oh, I'll show y'all.
all right.
You think my hair pretty now?
You'll have real hair growing out of your head
Yeah,
again.
Listen,
real hair.
I'll go over to India get some kind of transplant. Hmm.
Mhm. So we're about to finish the stream, sadly, for today.
Ah, it's
Yep.
having fun.
And
Oh
what will
hell
be
no!
shot
Oh
themselves in the
hell
foot
no!
with gun? So, what is your final message for today, guys? Zod.
Well, my final message for today is tune in this coming Sunday for the birthday bash of the bishop. We are going to be celebrating the bishop's birthday on my channel
All right.
on Sunday night. It's going to be a fantastic stream. We're going to
That's a
have a lot of
money
fun.
day.
It's gonna be we're gonna have a lot of we're gonna play a lot of music. We're gonna talk a lot about a lot of different things. It's gonna be really good. So I hope people will show up for that stream. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to it. I really am.
Yeah.
That's that's better than your best. Yes, it's gonna be
How
fun.
about you, Bishop?
I'm turning 26. Yes, again. Hmm.
What time? It's 9.
8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, yeah. That's 9 o'clock for me. on
and
Monday,
7 for
a.m.,
Zod.
Yeah, 7 o'clock Central Time. Uh,
8
8 o'clock
o'clock EST,
EST.
and
yes.
9 o'clock the following day for me.
Okay, he gonna be part of it on Monday.
What do you think Jim Carrey as Freddy Krueger? Says Sean.
I think
I,
that'll be
I didn't hear. I didn't
cool.
hear that. Has it been confirmed that it's happening? I know they've been talking about it, but
He would be a wonderful Freddy Krueger. He'd be just as
You're,
creepy as hell. Jim Carrey is a good
you're like
actor. I'm sorry.
he's gonna be creepy. That's just like the cable guy, and somehow his Riddler is creepier.
I
Is
love
creepy.
I loved his because it was his salute to Frank Gershom
Yeah,
when back when Frank Gershom used to play him, and he was like that. When he said "joygasm," oh, I
yeah,
lost my
no.
mind. It was so funny, but it was so good though. He played a good Edward Nickman. He was a very
Happy
good Edward
58th
Nickman.
Bishop. I'm the one
58.
turning. I'm the one turning 58 on
Yeah,
January, guys.
I'm not 50. I'll be 55, baby. 55. It's a
All right.
milestone.
So
Damn, calm down, Sin. Damn.
oh, 55, and it is in the description on the post for
on
the
the
stream.
birthday, yeah, on the thumbnail. So
Sin know better than that. Sin a mess. That's what's wrong with him.
so
Just calm down, son. Calm
coming
down.
soon on my channel are some more music. We love the videos. We love making the videos. Rock
Yes.
and roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
Probably
we're loving the videos. All
Yes,
right,
yes,
Lord.
and
loving the
soon
videos.
Hmm.
probably I'll do random talk.
Hmm.
Yeah, sometime in the future. Yep. Thanks,
Oh, really?
guys. And
Cool. Thank you guys for
I'm
coming
closer.
through.
I'm closer to 58. Oh, Dart,
I didn't know that.
Oh,
you're about
wow.
my age, probably.
Cool.
That's cool. All right.
All right,
So,
guys, that's great. Been
all right,
great.
guys. This stream is brought to you by Minute Burger down the corner of my house, and of
and,
course,
and the and the fine folks over at Joden Music, the
I
executive
was just about to
branch,
say that.
which
yes,
consists of guitar, bishop, and Zodrider.
yep,
That's right.
and the cast of One Punch Man. Thank you guys
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and yes, our last stream for this year is coming soon at on. Let me
Mm-hmm.
check on the 18th of December.
Oh, that's cool. So that's like
That's
Cool.
in 2 weeks.
yep.
All
In two.
right.
I think I don't have any hot spring time during that. I'm going to the hot spring
You always
tomorrow.
going somewhere, Qatar.
Yeah, I'm busy. I'm supporting my wife
Yes, he's
You're supporting
very
your wife,
busy.
and you're loving the videos in
and
spite
loving
of
the
how
video.
Mm-hmm.
busy you are.
Yep.
Qatar,
Mm-hmm.
that we know you're busy. We know you have so much going on, but you know what? You
Mm-hmm.
still show support, and that's
Of
wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
course. And my latest video are an English Tagalog hip hop
Oh yeah, I
metal
saw you dropped
music.
it. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, you check it out, man. It's
Definitely.
it's gonna be rocking. Anyway, see you
Yes.
guys. Five,
Yes. All
four,
right.
three, two, and one.
Peace.